This is teacher Linda G. My students call me Linda, or they call me teacher, and some of them call me Linda G as well. Grab a seat. I'm about to share 5 advantages of working on Cambly. Are you ready? Now, it was difficult to choose which one is the top advantage because they're all advantages. But one of the advantages is that I get to work with people from all over the world. And it's so fascinating when I could be talking to somebody from South Korea in one meeting, and then the next lesson is with somebody from China, and then the next one is my regular from Istanbul. When I first started on Cambly, I thought this is got to be the best. I didn't realize how much I would actually learn about my students' countries. I found out a lot about Istanbul. I found out a lot about China. I find out things that maybe I don't hear on the news. It's so fascinating. When I talk to my students, I always ask them, how are things going? And they tell me how things are going in their country as we speak. It's so fascinating. And I even have students from Canada as well. So it's always interesting to meet students that live in my home country where we could share what they're learning about Canada. So that has to be one of the advantages of working on Cambly. Are you ready for another advantage? Have a seat, relax. So another advantage of working on Cambly is that I get to wear comfortable clothing. Now there is a dress code and it involves wearing something that looks neat, of course, with no logos. You could wear a t-shirt, but I generally wear a nice top. I don't wear anything that's sleeveless. If I do, I'll cover my shoulders up with a scarf or a light sweater or a light jacket. So if you're thinking of going on Cambly, one of the advantages is that you're able to wear what you do. You don't wear what you want. You don't have to wear special clothes. The clothes that you wear for work would be appropriate, right? As long as you're comfortable. So that's one advantage. I didn't have to go back and buy all sorts of clothes or new shirts, buttoned up shirts and so on. I was really happy to hear that I could actually wear what I have in my closet. Of course, within limit. If I'm going outside in the sun, I would, of course, wear my sleeveless shirts. But I know that on Cambly, I have to cover my shoulders. Not a problem. I like wearing light jackets as well when I'm teaching. So that's one great advantage. Are you ready for the next one? I'd say another advantage that I have to working on Cambly is the fact that I can talk pretty well about anything that I'm interested in. Or if I want to, I can also give a formal class if I want to. So, I can talk about anything. I can talk about current events. I can talk about the pandemic. I can ask my students, so what do you want to focus on today? And they might say, well, today I want to talk about a presentation that I have to deliver. So I'm going to be sharing with you now the library that's available on Cambly. So if you give me 1 minute, I'm going to share my screen with you. All right, let's share this screen. So you can see here, I'm on the Cambly site. And once you're able to access the site and you become a teacher, you'll notice here at the top, there are different tabs. Well, the one where I'm at right now is the library tab. I was saying that you could talk about anything, but you can also choose a lesson. And sometimes the student will choose a lesson for you. There are many different types of lessons and games that you could choose. There are fundamentals of English fluency, professional development lessons. And let's just pick one, for example. I'm just choosing one randomly here. We could see that there are many different lessons as well to choose from in that category. So isn't that great? A lesson on marketing. I always keep in mind my students. I always keep in mind what interests they have. So I could view the lesson ahead of time, or I can ask my student to choose a lesson they're interested in. So that is one great advantage, like I was sharing, is that I could talk about anything I want. I could ask them all sorts of different, conversation questions, or I could choose a lesson that's a bit more formal. Isn't that great? I love the fact that I have the option to choose a lesson that will be helpful to my students. All right, so that was a great advantage as well. Are you ready for the next advantage? Well, the next advantage, and I love this, like I said, I love all of the advantages, but this one in particular, I really love because I can set my own hours. I could choose to work priority hours if I want. I could choose to invite students for reservations, send them an invitation to a reserved time. I could choose to simply go online when I'm ready to go online. I'm going to share my screen with you again and show you how that part works. So give me one quick second here. I was on the lesson, but now I'm just going to change it to priority hours. So if I want to, I could add all of these gray boxes are boxes that are available for me to click. So if I want to, I could schedule myself to work at 11 o'clock tomorrow or on the 16th. And if I give enough notice and something happens where I'm not able to show up and I don't have any, reserved reservations, I can simply uncheck that box and, it won't affect me. I can also just go online here. I'm going to the dashboard here and you'll see that I have to do a warm up. So let me, I won't be able to do the warm up because I'm actually recording this and it's going to try to tap into my video. I don't think it's going to work, but you're able to right away to go online without necessarily having to do a priority hour. So I've also changed it to my reservations there. I've changed it to my reservation tab where I can hold a spot for a student just below here. I can set here, I'm just going to show you here, I can set my reservation availability as well. Just going to show you what that looks like. So the light blue spots are spots that I said that I'm available for my students to reserve. And you can see that the darker blue spots are reservations. Now here's an example of a light blue spot that hasn't been reserved yet. But I've done this now for 3 weeks. That's one thing that I've noticed is that priority hours, I can't set priority hours for too far ahead of time. But one of the advantages is that when I set my availability, right now, as the time of this video, I'm available till the end of May, right? Because I've got some time slots that are booked. See, these ones haven't been booked yet, but I have set my schedule till the end of May. And some students are booking ahead of time. So, that's a huge advantage. And it's a huge advantage for the students to know that I am available. And if they want to meet with me, they definitely will be able to schedule that either on a priority hour or through this system. So that's a great, great advantage. And if I didn't want to be available, let's say on May 26th at 9 o'clock, I could simply remove that. So a lot of flexibility with the schedule on Cambly. So that's a huge, 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 huge advantage. And of course, the last great advantage, which is one of my favorites, is the fact that we get paid every Monday. So you need to have a PayPal account, right? So go to PayPal, create an account. And then, of course, when you sign up for Cambly, they're going to ask you for that information. And once they have that information and you start working every Monday without fail, you get a payment. So isn't that great? Well, I certainly hope you enjoyed hearing about the advantages of working on Cambly. There's more than likely a lot more advantages, but I wanted to choose those that I find are really, really bonuses for me. Of course, if you sign up, look at the link below. It's my referral link. Please use my referral link below to sign up. There's also bonuses when we share our referral link. So that could be another advantage too. Teacher Linda G here, signing out. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye now.